Hello and welcome into a special edition of the Red Zone Home Show. For our final show of the season, we will be announcing the teams of the year in our leagues and conferences from around the state. Plus, we will crown statewide teams of the year in groups 1 through 5 and non-public. Our writers made their selections with help from our readers voting in online polls. Football fans casted more than 500,000 votes over the last week. Thanks to our sponsor, RWJ Barnabas Health, each team of the year will be presented with a special trophy. 2020 has been unlike any other season, so we wanted to do our part to honor the student athletes for their achievements during this challenging year. So let's get our award show started. Hello and thanks for watching today and all season long. I'm Ryan Ross, and throughout today's show, we'll be hearing from our team of reporters from around the state: Darren Cooper, Steve Falk, Josh Friedman, and Greg Tafaro. We are going to be announcing our teams of the year, so we will go group by group, and then within those groups, we will announce the winners for the leagues and conferences around the state. Then we will crown the overall group team of the year, groups 1 through 5 and non-public. So we have a very fun show ahead. So let's get right into it and start with Group 1. So our Super Football Conference Group 1 Team of the Year, that goes to Cedar Grove. Powered by one of the top offenses in the league, the Panthers went 7-1 and beat rival Verona for the first time since 2017. In Group 1, our NJIC Team of the Year is Becton. Becton claimed their first NJIC championship with quarterback Joseph Krafazi leading the way. The Wildcats had their first undefeated season since 2003. Staying in Group 1, our team of the year from the Big Central in Group 1, that goes to New Providence. The Pioneers were 8-1 and have won 7 or more games each of the past 3 seasons after finishing with just 1 victory back in 2017. At the Shore, our Group 1 Team of the Year in the Shore Conference, that goes to Keensburg. The Titans went 4-3 and won their first 3 games of the season, including a 22-16 win over fellow contender Asbury Park, in which they rallied from a 16-point deficit. Last but not least, in Group 1, our West Jersey Football League Group 1 Team of the Year, that award goes to Paulsboro. Led by star tailback Bayshal Tootin, the Red Raiders downed fellow Group 1 standouts Penns Grove and Salem en route to a perfect 7-0 record, their first undefeated season since 2002. Congratulations to all of our Group 1 conference winners. Now it's time to meet our overall Group 1 Team of the Year. And to help us do that, let's welcome in Darren Cooper, because Darren, our Group 1 Team of the Year is...
The Group 1, hey, Ryan, how are you? We should have worn tuxedos. It's award day, baby.
Dry cleaners in time.
Awards on, maybe next time. It's award day, baby, and I say baby because it's the school that gave us the one and only Dick Vitale, who got his start at Henry P. Becton High School. The Group 1 Team of the Year, this one's going down Route 17 to the Becton Wildcats. Congratulations to Coach Jack Mayer and the NJIC champions. They finished 6-0. They gave up the fewest points as any team in North Jersey since 1975, when Passaic Valley gave up 17 points. Becton allowed 12, won the NJIC, and they are our overall Group 1 Team of the Year.
And they, like all of our winners today, will get one of those snazzy trophies there. So congratulations to Becton. Yes, Darren and I did jinx them. They did allow 0 points up into the last game. We're sorry, but certainly they'll take the trophy in the undefeated season. Not a bad thing to have.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to Becton, our Group 1 winners. Let's go on to Group 2 now and meet our conference winners from around the state. We will start in Super Football. Our Group 2 team of the year in that conference, that goes to Newton. The Braves were the first Sussex County team to go undefeated since 2017. They finished 7-0. The NJIC Group 2 team of the year, that is Waldwick Midland Park. The Warriors reached their first NJIC championship game and won division titles in back-to-back years for the first time in both schools' histories. Staying in Group 2 now, our Big Central Group 2 team of the year, that goes to Bernards. This season marks the 6th straight that the Pioneers, who finished 8-1, have won at least 8 games. In the Shore Conference, the Shore Conference Group 2 team of the year, that is Manasquan. The Warriors, with a team dominated by underclassmen, went 5-3, including a 28-8 win over fellow contender Barnegat. Last but not least, in Group 2, the West Jersey Football League Group 2 team of the year is Camden. The Panthers rebounded from a heartbreaking opening week setback to Winslow by rattling off 4 straight wins to close the season behind quarterback Jalen Brownlee and star playmakers Deuce Chestnut, Corey Palmer, and Elijah Clark. So those are our conference winners in Group 2, but our overall statewide Group 2 team of the year, well, let's meet them. And to do that, we will bring in Josh Friedman from CourierPostOnline.com because, Josh, our Group 2 state team of the year is?
That would be Camden. Camden team that, you mentioned earlier, that opening week loss to Winslow, stuffed at the 2-yard line in the final 2 minutes to lose their chance at a perfect season, but they rebounded. And I think the perfect example of how talented that team was against a 40-21 win over Shawnee in the midseason. Shawnee, a team that took Cherokee and Lenape, 2 of the best teams in South Jersey, gave them as much as they can handle. 1 point, very close games. And Camden blew them out by 19 points, a team that really was just so hard to contain, as you mentioned, with Jalen Brownlee, who threw 433, a school record, 433 yards in that Shawnee win, and those playmakers, Palmer, Chestnut, Clark, even Demir Burns. They're as explosive as any team in South Jersey, and I wish COVID hadn't, disrupted a Woodrow Wilson Thanksgiving game, another game against Ocean City, but this team was super talented. It's hard to judge teams sometimes in this year because of the lack of championships that we're so used to seeing, but this team was as good as any as I've seen. And they absolutely are in this Group 2 team of the year. Congratulations to Camden, the Panthers, Coach Savage, and all those in the city.
Well-deserved for the Panthers. Congratulations to them, our Group 2 team of the year, and congratulations to all of our other Group 2 teams that took home their conference titles. Let's keep the show rolling right along now. We go up to Group 3, and we will start in the Super Football Conference. The Group 3 team of the year there is West Essex. A season with a 4-week delay didn't stop the Knights from finishing 6-0 and Super Football Conference Patriot White Division champions. The Big Central Group 3 team of the year is Somerville. The 7-0 Pioneers averaged 498 yards and 45 points per game. They have posted a 49-5 record over the last 5 seasons. At the Shore, the Group 3 team of the year in the Shore Conference, that goes to Wall. A group of kids from the neighborhood became the first public school since the USA Today Network New Jersey began compiling a state poll to be ranked number 1. The Crimson Knights went 7-0 with 4 shutouts and concluded their season by winning the unofficial Shore Conference Championship with a dramatic 18-15 win over Donovan Catholic. And last but not least, in Group 3, our West Jersey Football League Group 3 team of the year, that goes to Burlington Township. The Falcons finished the season 6-1 with impressive wins over Willingboro, Rancocas Valley, and Delran, and a breakout season from junior wide receiver A.J. Johnson. Congrats to our Group 3 conference winners, but our overall Group 3 team of the year, well, let's meet him. We'll bring in Steve Falk to announce it because Steve Falk, our Group 3 team of the year, goes to
Wall Township. Wall's had a lot of great teams in its history. The legendary 1982 and 83 teams under the late coach John Amabiel. This team has to stack right up with the best teams Wall has ever had. 19-1 over the last 2 years. The only loss came last year in the NJSIAA South Group 3 championship game when standout running back, cornerback Casey Larkin did not play due to a concussion. 7-0 this year, 4 shutouts. The defense is one of the best in the shore, led by junior linebacker Charlie Sasso. Let's not forget senior quarterback and safety Logan Peters, who is every bit as valuable to the team as, say, Casey Larkin is. A group of kids from the neighborhood, as they like to say, public school team, homegrown kids, the #1 team in New Jersey, and a great honor and a congratulations to them.
And let's bring them in now, because joining us live on the show, we have from those Wall Crimson Knights, head coach Tony Grandinetti and running back Casey Larkin. Guys, welcome back to the show. Coach, #1 in the state, #1 at the Shore, Group 3 Team of the Year. I have to imagine this is as close to a perfect season as you could imagine going into 2020.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, and thanks for acknowledging, everything we were able to accomplish this year. I mean, it wasn't a perfect year with 2020, with everything that everyone has gone through, not just us at Wall, but everyone in athletics at all levels. And to just, fight through all that adversity and be able to come out on top, I don't think you can write the script any better.
Casey, talk about how all you, especially in the senior class, grew up together and have known each other and played with each other for years.
Yeah, I mean, it started ever since flag football. I mean, I've been playing with Logan. You could see the chemistry between me and him, and then the rest of us. I mean, there's about 10 or 15 of us on that team that all played flag football together all throughout AYF. So, I mean, that bond has always been there. And then once we got to high school, we took it to another level, and we just kept doing what we do and just playing together like it was backyard football.
I mean, you take pride in calling yourselves the boys from the neighborhood, don't you?
Yeah, no, we really do. I mean, that was kind of like everything in our lives was kind of revolved around football. I mean, we we would just ball out in our backyards. I mean, just backyard football, and that's kind of what brought us all together. I mean, just backyard football and playing all our lives together.
And Tony, talk about how special it was just to coach this group.
This group, I mean, I've been the head coach now for 4 years, and obviously when Casey and this senior group came in as freshmen, I knew the talent that was coming in, but that bond that Casey talks about, the boys from the neighborhood, it is special. It's special to be around this group. They're friends off the field. They're competitors on the field. So, it's just a special group to have. And, it's a group that we're going to be talking about for a long time here at Wall.
Casey, you're off to Army next year to play football there. Congratulations on that. When you look back at this season in particular at Wall, your senior year, what are some things that you're just going to always remember, some maybe little moments behind the scenes that you'll always take with you from this season?
I mean, from the big things like that play on the 1 yard line, I mean, that's obviously is going to be, I'm never going to get that, but also just hanging out with the guys. I mean, we didn't have a locker room this year, but outside of football, we all just hang out. It's just like a group of best friends. I mean, we just create memories together on and off the field. So that's what I'm never going to get.
And one last one for you, Tony. Yes, you lose Casey, you lose Logan, you lose Grant Buharic. But I don't think you're going anywhere because you've got a lot of very good football players coming back.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys coming back, and it's always the goal. It's always the goal. As long as I'm head coach, it's always going to be the goal to compete for championships. And we have a really talented senior class, but our juniors are just as talented. We had some sophomores that stepped up this year in pretty big roles that proved that they can do it as well on a Friday night. So. It's for us, we celebrate what we did this year, but at the same time, it's time to get ready for next year.
Undefeated, unofficial Shore Conference champions, Group 3 Team of the Year, and #1 overall team in the state, the Wall Crimson Knights. Congratulations to you, Coach, and Casey, and the rest of the squad for all your accomplishments this year, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
That was the Wall Crimson Knights. Thanks to them for coming on the show live. And now let's continue the show. We go over to Group 4 now. So our Super Football Conference Group 4 Team of the Year, that honor goes to Randolph. The Rams finished 6-1 with a signature win over State Powers Irvington and Union City, tying for the SFC Freedom Blue Division title. In Group 4, the Big Central, our Big Central Group 4 team of the year is Woodbridge. The 5-1 Barons were led by career rushing leader Ali Lee Jr., Middlesex County's Player of the Year, who averaged 224 all-purpose yards and scored 17 touchdowns. In the Shore Conference, the Group 4 team of the year, that goes to Colts Neck. The Cougars won their first 6 games, including a 36-35 win over fellow contender Freehold, in which they rallied from a 21-point deficit after the first quarter. They finished 7-1. And in Group 4, the West Jersey Football League Team of the Year, that is Winslow Township. The Eagles' stifling defense, led by Emerald Mitchell, Jaden Brown, and Jalen Cheek, led the team to a 5-0 start and a spot in the top 4 South Jersey pod, where they lost their season finale to West Jersey Football League unofficial champion, Holy Spirit. Congratulations to our Group 4 conference and league winners, but to meet our overall Group 4 state team of the year, we're going to bring in Greg Tafaro from mycentraljersey.com because, Greg, our Group 4 team of the year is
Woodbridge. And Ryan, pandemic or not, this will go down as one of the best teams in school history. Barons, as you mentioned, finished with a 5-1 record led by Middlesex County Player of the Year, Ali Lee Jr. This is an outstanding cast of characters, including quarterback Anthony Santino, who's the quintessential and consummate team leader, Defensive Player of the Year, Jordan JoJo Harris. Coach LaSalle and his staff came on board 3 years ago. I would like to consider this an organization of the year, not just a team of the year award, because the school community from the top down, all the way from Mayor John McCormick, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Robert Zaga, Principal Dr. Glenn Lottman, Athletics Director Joe Ward, they put in place and positioned this team to be as successful as it was. Woodbridge ran a gauntlet. They played 4 teams on their schedule who were ranked among the top 25 in our statewide poll at some point during the season. Unfortunately, their year ended with a loss to juggernaut Somerville in a game that featured 4 lead changes and 2 ties. But congratulations to the Woodbridge Barons. Very well deserved.
Absolutely. Woodbridge, our Group 4 team of the year. Congratulations to them and all of the league winners in Group 4. So let's keep the show rolling. We go to the big boys now. Group 5, starting in the Super Football, our Group 5 team of the year there is West Orange. West Orange lost to St. Peter's Prep in Week 1, then ran through a gauntlet with 6 straight wins, allowing only 34 points in those wins. The Group 5 Big Central Team of the Year is Watchung Hills. The 5-2 Warriors finished 0-10 2 years ago and entered this season having posted a winning record just twice since 1996. They defeated state-ranked Phillipsburg for the first time in school history and Wayne Hills, which was state-ranked at one point this year. In Group 5, the Shore Conference Team of the Year is Southern. The Rams finished 5-4. They started the season 3-0, including a 48-14 win over fellow contender Toms River North. And in Group 5, the West Jersey Football League Team of the Year is Lenape. The Indians reached the unofficial South Jersey final against Holy Spirit with a dramatic overtime triumph over Cherokee and ended the season with a 5-2 record. Congratulations to our conference winners in Group 5. But to meet our overall Group 5 Team of the Year, let's welcome back in Josh Friedman because our Group 5 Team of the Year is...
That would be Lenape. Lenape team, I was just talking to Coach Woj the other day, and this team had 28 practices the entire fall. Now, for context reasons, most football, they usually have 25 to 28 in a regular August. So they had 6 practices in the month before their first game, still wound up winning their first 5 games. You talk about a team that was probably outmatched Cherokee, St. Augustine, and Holy Spirit their final 3 games, and they won the Cherokee game dramatically in overtime. Then they were right there in the fourth quarter against those other 2 teams. They had injuries, not much practice time, and yet this team still managed to survive. You really got to credit a group of seniors: Brady Long, Luke Cole, Xavier Coleman, Tyler Davis, Hamza Bruce, Jamal Simon. There are some others too. One of the most special group of seniors you'll ever see, and Coach Woj just couldn't have been more proud. And I know they lost their last 2 games, but they played 3 games in 10 days to finish their season. So anybody who's counting that against them, I think you have to look at that. How many football games have you played in a 10-day stretch? That's a tough one. And this team was really special with the heart they showed, and couldn't be prouder than to give this team, Coach Woj, all the Lenape Indians, this trophy.
Congratulations to Lenape and our other Group 5 conference winners. So that was Group 1 through 5. We still have one more group to go through, and that, of course, is the non-publics. So let's meet our non-public Super Football Team of the Year. That goes to Del Barton. The Green Wave emerged as a serious state power, finishing 6-0 and taking down Don Bosco and defeating non-public 3 champ DePaul in the regular season. In the Big Central, the non-public team of the year is St. Joseph's of Metuchen. The Falcons' 8 opponents included 5 schools ranked amongst the top 25 at some point during the season. Those teams finished with a combined 34-15 record for a .394 winning percentage. At the Shore, the non-public team of the year in the Shore Conference, that award goes to Donovan Catholic. The Griffins came so close to winning the unofficial Shore Conference Championship as a 4th and goal play from the 2 was stopped at the 6-inch line in an 18-15 defeat to Wall, but the Griffins did finish 7-1 for the year. And in the West Jersey Football League, the non-public team of the year is Holy Spirit. Patrick Cheek Smith and a pair of dominant lines propelled the Spartans to an 8-0 record and the unofficial South Jersey Championship. Congratulations to all of our non-public winners for winning their leagues, but our overall non-public team of the year, well, let's meet him, and we'll bring back in Josh Friedman. He's been a busy guy today because our non-public team of the year is
Holy Spirit. And I won't lie, I got a little smirk on my face on this one. Everyone talks about how good those North Jersey non-publics are, and they are. They're, Burton Catholic, St. Peter's. We mentioned some of those other ones, and I know there's some kids down here who believe they're a little underappreciated when it comes to non-public schools. And the Holy Spirit, I think they showed a lot this year. Obviously, Patrick Cheek Smith, just sensational. 1,700 some odd yards. It's clearly unstoppable all season. No one except an injury at the end of the year could bring him down. And then you look at a team, we talk about the strength of those North Jersey schools, how big they are, how strong they are. Holy Spirit had a 200-pound nose guard. Their best defensive back was 5'7". The best pass rusher was under 200 pounds. Johnny Rembert, I mentioned the nose guard, Andrew Constantino, CJ Egri, the defensive back. These kids are undersized, but they're tenacious. They're ferocious. And really, they proved so much beat these bigger schools, Lenape and St. Augustine, and these schools that have them outsized by 100 pounds, almost every position, yet it's Holy Spirit that hoisted it. And AJ Russo did an incredible job coaching these kids. They haven't lost, and they won the non-public 2-state title last year. They ran undefeated this year. This program is just cruising along, and congratulations to all those in Spartans and down there in Epseekin. It's a pleasure to give you guys these trophies.
That's Holy Spirit, our non-public team of the year. Congratulations to them and all of our other winners in the non-public category. And congratulations not only to the teams that we mentioned during today's show, but all of the teams that took the field this year, even beyond football and all of our fall sports, because obviously things have been tough this year. And to acknowledge all of your accomplishments this year, we have a special message that we're going to play from Coach Greg Schiano from Rutgers University. Let's take a look at that.
Hey, New Jersey athletes. It seems like yesterday I was standing here in the Brown family locker room wishing you the best of luck on a new season. Well, you've done a great job. The sacrifice and the perseverance you've displayed to get to this point, to stay healthy and to push through, and for the most part, to play all of your games, wow, that's a tribute. It's a tribute to you, to your coaches, and to your families. The sacrifices you all made, tremendous effort. I want to send you out with a holiday greeting. Spend time with your families, enjoy each other, and most of all, stay safe and God bless.
Our thanks to Coach Schiano and the team over there at Rutgers for sending along that message. As we get ready to wrap up, let's do one quick recap. Let's take a look at all of our group winners from today. Group 1, Becton. Group 2, Camden. Group 3, Wall. Group 4, Woodbridge. Group 5, Lenape. And our non-public team of the year, Holy Spirit. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations to our league winners, to all of the teams that took part in this season. Thanks again to you, the readers and viewers, for following us all season. As we said at the top of the show, more than 500,000 votes were cast during this process. Our thanks to you for following us all season long. Thanks to our great team of writers that we have here. Of course, Greg Tafaro, Josh Friedman, Darren Cooper, Steve Falk. We have Simeon fill in for a couple episodes as well. Thanks to all the folks behind the scenes as we wrap up the show. Take a close look at that credit slide because there are a lot of people behind the scenes that work very hard to make this show possible. Our thanks to all of them. Thank you for tuning in all season long. I know it's been a tough year, but we were happy to bring you the show this year, the home show. Thanks for watching all season long. We're hoping for another great season back in 2021. Hopefully a little bit of a return to normalcy by then, but we'll be there for every step of the way. I'm Ryan Ross. Thank you for watching the Red Zone Home Show, and we'll see you next season.